This kid was really cheap. He clenched his molars tightly, using pliers to squeeze out the last drop of toothpaste. Oh no, it fell into the drain. He shoved the toothbrush straight into the drain to start the rescue. Finally, he fished out the toothpaste. It was covered with lots of hair. He closed his eyes and continued to brush his teeth. He went to the movies with a girl from his class. Ended up watching 7 movies in an afternoon. It turned out he only watched the movie previews on repeat. He thought he made a profit. He even got to freeload on her cotton candy. The boy grew up and didn't spend a penny for 40 years. You've never seen prenatal education like this before. The father was a spendthrift. The child wasn't even born yet, and the father had already spent all the money. The mother angrily warned the fetus, "Roy, don't be as wasteful as your father." This prenatal education really worked. After Roy was born, he went to the other extreme and became stingy. Now, he is over 40 years old. Afraid of spending money, he never married. He wrote suggestions to the government every day, just to apply for free bus rides. He never turned on the lights at home. Relied on the streetlights outside the window for lighting. If the streetlights didn't come on, he would curse the electric company. So stingy, the next second the lights came on, only then was he satisfied. Have you seen anyone save money like this? Ketchup expired for 5 years. He only used it when eating steak. This way, he could use it over 80 times. The fridge door couldn't be opened for more than 5 seconds. He wouldn't use sugar when cooking alone. He wore dress shoes only for dates, and used a marker to fix the scuffs. He survived with one short-sleeve shirt and a jacket for all seasons. He didn't buy new ones until they were worn out. He saved household water for watering plants. He even broke up with his first love, to avoid giving her a birthday present. Roy came to the supermarket to check out. He calculated faster than the cashier. The cashier said $12.88. He said that's impossible. It was clearly $12.58. How dare you overcharge me 3 cents? My 3 discount coupons make the fish fillet 10% off. He calculated for a full 40 minutes. The cashier rolled his eyes at him, hearing that he wanted to recalculate. The crowd was angered. Is this ever going to end? He looked up. There was already a long line behind him. He even seriously lectured everyone. Everyone will make mistakes. So what if the cashier calculates slowly? He walked 2 miles home. The new neighbor offered him a ride. First time seeing someone so stingy. The town walls were full of slogans about Roy. One said, "Roy is a shameless miser." When he turned the corner, a man made a throat-cutting gesture at him. When he took 2 more steps, an old lady cursed at him. The new neighbor said, "You're a celebrity in the town." Before getting out of the car, Roy even took a bag of chips from the neighbor. Roy's only friend was his financial advisor. He came weekly just to have the advisor to repeat his savings balance 8 times. Say it again. Let me enjoy it. $248,596. This was what he saved in 2 years of teaching. Besides that, he paid off his mortgage and paid off his father's lifelong debt. He still felt it wasn't enough. I can be stingier. He put all his money in fixed deposits to earn interest. He borrowed money from the advisor every week for weekday meals. He ate leftovers on weekends. A lot of profit. He didn't spend a penny on food for 40 years. The teacher actually took the students' pocket money. Roy taught students how to play the violin. Before the end of class, he had to earn a little extra. He confiscated the students only $5. He said the students' violin playing was noise, and it was compensation for his ears. The new cello teacher, Jasmine, liked Roy. They went out to eat together. He found out the student's family owned a restaurant. He decided to take advantage of it, and got a free fancy meal. However, he still frowned in dissatisfaction. He demanded the dessert and a bottle of 1982 champagne, or he wouldn't teach his son violin. The parents gritted their teeth in anger, but had to agree with tears in their eyes. Roy also demanded to take the pre-dinner drink to go. On the day of the date, Roy decided to splurge. He borrowed his friend's dress shoes. He squeezed his feet into the uncomfortable shoes, endured the pain and hobbled along. He took Jasmine to a crepe restaurant. Jasmine said she was allergic to wheat and corn. She could only eat seafood. Wow. Do you have an allergy to being broke? Roy hadn't spent any money in 40 years. He and his girlfriend went to a seafood restaurant. Roy was instantly stunned. The cost of a piece of bread could feed me for half a year. Roy bit his hand in anxiety. Lobster, abalone, king crab. Jasmine ordered lobster. Roy's heart was bleeding. Give me a plate of fried snails. By the way, can I just order one? The waiter was speechless. So, he ended up with 1 snail and some dipping sauce. He actually sucked on it for 30 minutes. The main lobster dish had just been served. He took out a plastic bag and packed it up. Jasmine was a bit stunned. I haven't eaten it yet, Roy said. Eating this causes inflammation. I need to take it home to make soup. When he saw the waiter go get the bill, Roy became anxious and broke out in a cold sweat. He looked at it. $5,000. Oh my God, this is going to kill me. I've never had such an expensive meal in my life. The man was stingy to the extreme. He hadn't spent money in 40 years. This time, he decided to dine and dash. He saw the waiter still smiling provocatively. He couldn't hold it in any longer. He grabbed a fork and stabbed it directly into the waiter's thigh. The waiter fell onto the neighboring table with a thud. Roy angrily called Jasmine a greedy person. He shoved the bill into her mouth. "Eat your fill." Roy ran out of the restaurant in the chaos. The front door was locked at that moment. He swung an axe and smashed the door.
"Here's Johnny."
Sticking his head out. "Roy, what's wrong with you?" A voice brought him back to reality. It turned out just ordering food scared him into a fantasy. He went to the washroom in a cold sweat. He saw the fire alarm and came up with an idea. He used smoke to trigger the alarm. Everyone was soaked. As a result, no one paid in the restaurant. The restaurant was afraid of compensating for guests' clothes, and kept apologizing. Roy was so clever. Jasmine wanted to take a cab. Roy insisted on walking 3 miles home. Roy went home and someone called him dad. Roy was speechless. "I've been single for 28 years. Don't use this trick to scam me for money." It wasn't until the girl mentioned his first love's name. He was instantly shocked. He quickly brought the girl home to verify. He called his first love. "You used a 30-year expired free condom back then. How dare you ask me? I've painted you as a stingy character, shaping you into a Mexican orphan charity worker, just to keep up appearances in front of our daughter." Then, Roy sternly refused to let his daughter stay overnight. The daughter said, "I'll pay. How about 100? Roy said, "I'm not a money grubber. How about 120? Roy readily agreed. 140, final offer. It finally made the deal. This family hadn't spent $1 in 40 years. The daughter was about to take a shower. The bathroom was full of labels. Using too much shampoo will cause baldness. Using too much soap will cause peeling. The shower is limited to 2 minutes. The daughter ignored and turned on the heater to soak in the bath. Upon hearing the water running at full blast, Roy quickly rushed to the water meter. The water meter was running. He was shocked and immediately turned off the water valve. The daughter screamed. She ran out covered in bubbles. Even downstairs, there were labels such as, "The door handle is a prop. Don't touch it. Eating sugar will cause diabetes." Roy took the opportunity to unscrew all the light bulbs. The electric meter wouldn't move either. Roy suspected his daughter came for money. The mayor came to Roy's house to collect a bunch of debts. Roy ran back to his room to avoid paying. At this moment, the daughter told the neighbors that he saved money to donate to orphans. When he came back to the living room, everyone looked at him with admiration and respect. "We really misunderstood you. The bill is waived. Consider it our charity too." Have you seen a concert played at 10 times the speed? Roy was going crazy. The neighbor brought 6 kids to his house to freeload. Roy was a miser. He was afraid of being eaten into bankruptcy, but there was a concert by the music troupe. To get home quickly, before the conductor even started signaling, he just went ahead and started playing. The conductor looked puzzled. The conductor was bewildered. The sheet music couldn't keep up. Jasmine played like she was fluffing cotton. Roy played too fast. It made the band speed up continuously. Everyone was anxious beyond measure. The conductor gave up on the sheet music. His hands trembled like he had Parkinson's. A 40-minute piece was completed in 12 minutes. After the performance, everyone was sweating like they had run a marathon. Out of breath, the conductor cried and said to Roy, "You ruined my conducting career." Then the investors came to congratulate. "Your performance was fantastic. I've never heard such a joyful rhythm. Your performance fee will be doubled." The conductor was happy. He didn't expect such a thing could happen. Roy hurried home. Roy hadn't spent money in 40 years. He went home and saw the neighbor's house using his electricity. It was brilliantly lit. The electric meter was spinning so fast until it sparked. A month's worth of food was scattered on the ground. The neighbor excitedly said, "I heard you take in orphans. I turned myself and my 6 kids into orphans to come to you." Roy fainted on the spot. He woke up 14 hours later. Jasmine heard about his charitable deeds and was very impressed. She invited him and his daughter to perform at a charity banquet. Roy wanted to refuse, but when he heard about the free 5-star hotel suite, he immediately agreed. When he arrived, he realized he had to tell his donation story. Roy's mind went blank, so he made up a story. "I was in Mexico. I saw kids running around naked." He made up a touching little story. He said he had the will but not the means. From that moment on, he knew he needed to change. Everyone was moved by his sincerity. Have you seen fake donations? Roy was a miser. He trembled as he took out the check. Everyone wondered how much he would donate. It turned out he donated just $30. Everyone disagreed. How about donating $50? Everyone still disagreed. Finally, Roy gritted his teeth and donated $3,000. Everyone applauded and donated together. Roy's heart was bleeding. He quickly slipped to the restroom to tear up the check. However, it was caught by his daughter. She realized her father was acting and was deeply disappointed. When he arrived home, he saw a centenarian fixing his door. He even outrageously asked the old man to climb to the third floor to fix the roof. Returning home, Roy accidentally saw his first love exposing his miserly image to his daughter. He angrily went to the hospital to find his daughter, believing they had conspired to scam him. Arrived at the ICU door, he found his daughter lying inside. His first love tearfully said, "Your daughter only has one kidney left and doesn't have much time." Roy donated his kidney to his daughter. From then on, he finally gained family and love. This was the treasure he couldn't get from being stingy for half his life. With his daughter's accompaniment, he donated all his savings to the orphan fund. The miser truly became a great philanthropist. This movie is called Penny Pincher. This week's question: do you have a miser around you? Post in the comments. I recommend everyone to watch the original movie. Alright, that's it for this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.